So is it possible that that exclusionary zone becomes thicker and thinner, I guess, as less and more things are needed within the cell and are needed to be excluded from the cell?
Well, need to be. I don't know how one determines about need to be or don't need
Well,
to
there
be.
must be something that's determining, some things need to get into the cell besides electrons, right?
Well, yeah, yeah, and there certainly, yeah. Um, and the cell is good at accepting them, and also getting rid of stuff.
Right.
There are flow channels that are inside the cell, um, and we actually found that you can get flow in a narrow channel. Um, if the channel is hydrophilic, as I mentioned before, if you just take a hydrophilic tube and you immerse the tube in water, what will happen is that there will be flow right through the tube. It keeps going and it doesn't stop. Um, if I can tell you more about that if you like, but it's pretty important, I think, because most people presume that you need a pressure to drive flow through a tube, but we found is not necessary at all. In fact, a student of mine who just passed his PhD exam demonstrated that this is at work in our capillaries, that it's not just the heart that pumps the flow, pumps the blood. Everybody knows that, but the vessels themselves can actually advance the blood that's inside of them by a mechanism that we deduce because it works in many cases. As I started to tell you, you just take the tube and immerse it in water, and the flow occurs pretty much automatically. We have a few papers we published and more coming. So inside the cell, if you look through various cells, especially plant cells, but also animal cells, you can see these kinds of flows in narrow streams that are occurring. And we think it's this kind of mechanism that is responsible for that. So it's just
That part of your
yeah.
I'm sorry, that part of your research, I thought I think that was what really, really made me think I probably need to get this guy on the show, because number one, I'm interested in anything that has to do with blood pressure, because that's the one thing that I cannot fix, no matter what I do as my own personal blood pressure. But the idea that one pump of the heart is enough to move all of that, that's like a lot of blood to move through a lot of really tiny spaces. So the idea that there would be other mechanisms throughout the body that were moving blood through the system seemed to be intuitively, it seemed to be something that was probably true. But I'd never heard anyone, offer a solution to move blood through the body other than a heartbeat. So that part of it was interesting.